Then we have the wonderful picture of crossing Jordan. A powerful, powerful story. Listen to it. Verse 7. Now 50 men of the sons of the prophets went and stood opposite them at a distance, while the two of them stood by Jordan. And Elijah took his mantle, folded together, struck the waters, and they were divided here and there, so that the two of them crossed over on dry ground. And when they crossed over, Elijah said to Elisha, ask what I shall do for you before I am taken from you. And Elisha said, please give me a double portion of your spirit upon me. Let me want you to see this. They're crossing Jordan. He takes his mantle off, bang, pops the water. They walk through on the other side, out of God's land. This is a picture we get, by the way, of death. We talk about crossing Jordan. That's it. Crossing Jordan, and they walk over on the other side. And when they're there, Elijah looks at Elisha and says, what can I do for you? I'm about to be taken up to heaven. What can I do for you? And Elisha, I think, shocks Elijah. He said, I want twice of the power of God that you've had in your life. I want to be a double portion guy. You know what that would be like? Here's a 24-year-old kid that's been following Dr. Billy Graham around. And Graham's in the fourth quarter of his life. He said, son, what can I do for you? He said, Mr. Graham, I want to have twice as much of the influence and the power of God in my life as you've had. Does that sound a little presumptuous to anybody? Here's Billy Graham, who's spoken to more people in the flesh than anybody who's ever lived. Anybody, more people in the flesh, anybody who's ever lived. Here's this little kid saying, well, I want to just be doubled up on what you've done. Let me tell you something. I like Elisha's request. I like that as this young protege, he knew that his God was a big God.